Phil, you got wrong.
He's buying lunch, so it's all good.
This is always my favorite part of the weekend because number one, the show's over and it's a little more relaxing for all of us up here. And there's a lot of guys are happy, some are disappointed. Girls, congratulations to all you guys. But I want to thank everyone for coming out and supporting another great weekend. I think the show was another spectacular year, and we all had a good time. Everyone came through the show healthy and moving on to the next one now. And they build up these shows every year. You guys obviously participate. Some have been to many, some it's the first time, and we just always want to hope that every time is a great experience for you guys, and we try to give as much time as we can to the fans, even though it's difficult during the weekend for a lot of us because of demands and trying to prep and finish off being our absolute best for the competition. So I'm sure you'll see a little more relaxed minds today when you greet us back here and take pictures, and all of us are here to greet you guys. So we want to thank you for coming out. I know a lot of you guys travel from far places. A lot of people come from Europe and Australia and all over the place, all the U.S. and it's just we do appreciate that support, and I think I speak for everyone up here. And once again, it's a great honor to be the champion again. I want to thank everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jay, winning your fourth was certainly not an easy feat, and you got pushed right to the podium by the man to your right. And the runner-up last night, the gift, Phil Heath. Phil, as you see, the crowd was absolutely crazy for you, right from the pre-judging on Friday to the final night. And of course, the moment when the announcement came, although painfully drawn out by the host. That's what I do. You and Jay were up on stage, both of you center. You've talked about this for many years. Phil, just 8 years ago, you were watching a lot of these guys up on stage, reading about them in the pages of Flex magazine. Some of the veterans up here, the old guys like, Dexter. And, it's a family seminar, Dexter. What do you think about it?
Come up.
I got Dex by 3 years, so he knows I'm only kidding. But Phil, what was more cool to you, finishing second or finishing second to Jay Cutler?
Well, that's easy. Finishing second to Jay Cutler. I mean, it was just an amazing experience. It's a dream come true. When I first met Jay, actually it was April 4th, 2003 in Boulder, Colorado. I did my very first contest, and I still remember seeing Jay, big as a house. I remember going up to him and saying, "Hey, how much do you weigh?" He's like 290, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm 190." And we took a photo together, and who would have thought 2 years later we'd be guest posing at that same contest, and then later on, I pretty much talked this whole year off, just asking him question after question, and he was very kind enough to take my contact information and share it with a lot of different photographers and people in the industry, saying that I was gonna be the next big thing. And fast forwarding 5 years later, you saw it last night. I mean, it was just a dream come true, and it was just a great moment that we were able to share, that whole experience that I just explained to you on that stage while Bob was screwing around. So,
Phil, I wasn't screwing around. I mean, now we talked about this earlier, but I made a little sidebar joke in there that we had a tie.
right.
And what did you think when that word came out of my mouth?
I was like, do we have to pose again? Damn, I don't want to do this again, but I guess if we got to, I mean, what do you want to do? But, it was just really cool. I mean, Jay's a class act, and I think everybody in here knows that. And, you couldn't have a better friend, than Jay, and a better competitor, and a better ambassador for the sport of bodybuilding, and a better Mr. Olympia. I mean, he was just so good. I really went into it feeling that I could win, and I remember training, and Jay would Jay was the one texting me saying, hey, you gotta train to be the champ. You gotta train to win. Here's, Mr. Olympia telling me that I need to train to basically beat him. And, I did my very best, and, I thought Friday night, I had him on the ropes, and he was able to, close it out. And that's what great champions do. And my hat goes off to Jay. I really believe that he deserved the win, and, he handled it with great, respect for the sport and great class as always. And I just want to say thanks, Jay, for always, standing by me, being a loyal friend, and, always wanting the best for me. And I couldn't have a better friend. Thank you.
I was sweating though. I was sweating.
Yeah, you were sweating. The classic student versus the teacher. Did you teach him a little too well?
No, it just, what it was is, a lot of you guys, Phil and I wasn't listening to you, Bob, actually.
Nothing different there.
I didn't hear any of the nonsense you were speaking of there.
Well, actually, you were engaged in conversation up there.
Phil and I were having a conversation, we were reminiscing about years past, and seeing how great it was that we had this dream of standing next to each other, 1, 2, and we said, anyway, this goes down, this is it, it's just, it fell in my favor, and, either way, I always said that if I was going to be beat by anyone, I know Dexter beat me, and I took it graciously.
But I sure did.
I would always be okay, with Phil Heath, because, he's been very close to me, and, our friendship is great, so congratulations, you look really, really good, and, I don't want to think about next year.
Oh, we got a little time, Brad. I'm going to begin for Jay and Phil. Well, Jay, 4 Olympia titles is quite an accomplishment. But there's an athlete up here who just won her 6th Olympia victory. Or